I'm Georgina Hayden and today I'm going to be cooking a beef rendang for you. So I'm going to start with the spices and talk to you about the curry as we go. It's an Indonesian curry and it's quite dry, so it hasn't got loads of sauce like sort of more Indian style curries that you might be familiar with, but it's packed with loads of flavour and it is delicious. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a paste, and here I've been dry frying some chilies just to release the flavour. Now the thing is with dried spices, when you buy them, you don't know how long they've been in those plastic bags for, so they can get a bit musty and you want to release the flavours. So if you toast them in a dry pan, yeah, they're really aromatic and fragrant. I've got some whole chilies here, and I'm going to put those in a little blender. And I've got some turmeric here. I'm going to use about a teaspoon. You don't want too much to make it bitter, just a bit. And for the fresh stuff, I've got 4 garlic cloves, which I've peeled here. We're going to put those in as well. And I've got some ginger. If I was able to get to an Asian supermarket, you can get galangal, which looks like ginger, and you could use that as well, and that would be really authentic. But we're just going to go straight ginger here, and that's absolutely fine. We're going to roughly chop it, so it's a similar sort of size to the garlic. I'm going to pop it all in here. And along with that, we're going to put some shallots. And we're going to blitz this to a paste, and then we're going to fry it off to release all the flavours and cook the shallots, cook the ginger and cook the garlic before we add meat and liquids and stuff to the pan. Right, let's blitz this and crack on. I'm going to add a splash of water just to get things going. Right. Given that a really good blitz and a splash of water, as you can see, we've got a really, a pretty smooth paste there, really vibrant. You can see the flecks of chilli in there, and it really smells wonderful. I'm just going to add some oil. You want any sort of flavourless oil, so you could use vegetable oil, groundnut oil, coconut oil, whatever you have. Before we add the paste, we're going to slightly toast our cinnamon stick and a couple of star anise. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's got a slightly aniseedy flavour to it. And here I've got some lemongrass. And as you can see already, it's gone quite glossy, where you're sort of breaking it down and bruising it. So we'll add that to the pan, give that a little fry. And then what we're going to do now is add our base, our delicious paste. So we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes to get rid of the liquid and cook all the veg in there before we add our meat. So as you can see, we've got the paste here that's really cooked down. You can see when it's sort of ready, the colour changes. So we're going to add meat. I've got 1 kilo of stewing beef here. So for this recipe here with beef, I would cook anything between sort of 2 to 4 hours. Turn the heat up and get some colour on that. Really coat all of that in the spices. And then to the pan, we're also going to add some kaffir lime leaves. And then what I'm going to add here is I've got a 400ml tin of coconut milk. Full fat coconut milk. And we're just going to add that to the pan. And what you have now is you'll have a lovely wet looking curry, but at the end we're going to cook all of that moisture away. Give everything a good mix, get those lime leaves in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some brown sugar, just a little bit of brown sugar, season with a little bit of salt, and then turn the heat down really, really low. So we're going to come back to that in a few hours and finish off with some coconut and some coriander. So here's our rendang. This one's actually had about 4 hours now. And so what I've done is I've taken the lid off, and we're just going to leave it on a sort of medium heat just to really reduce down. And as I'm going, just keep stirring and getting off all those lovely gnarly bits at the bottom. You might be tempted to think, oh, it's done, and just leave it. But actually that's where all the flavour is. You want to really scrape those off. And what I've got here is some coconut to add to it. So just toast it till it's nice and golden brown in a dry pan. So we're going to add a few tablespoons of this. This is looking unbelievable. So what I'll do, I'm going to remove that from the heat, and we're going to just spoon this in. I don't know if you can see that there. It's such a dry curry. The thing is with rendang, the idea is the tenderness of the meat is what really makes it melt in the mouth. It doesn't need that liquid. There we go. And I'm going to finish that with a little bit of fresh coriander, just for a little bit of freshness. There we go. And then serving that, if you had some steaming hot rice, it's a dream dinner, full of flavour, really, really simple. As you can see, I didn't really do very much. You make this paste, you fry it, and then you just leave it. The longer you leave it, the more delicious it is. That's my beef rendang. I'm going to put the recipe up on my blog, which is georginahayden.com. So if you give it a go, let me know, leave me a comment, and yeah, I really hope you like it.